So today I'm going to be talking about why it's super important to use a professional when setting up your personal insurance policies and not just believing marketing spin. Now, before I get started, of course I'm going to be talking about why you should come to Skye to get your insurance policy set up and don't go anywhere else, because we're conflicted, because we make money, this is our business. But I will show you some live client examples of why marketing spin may not be true a lot of the time. Now, we fundamentally understand this. Marketing is all about trying to get me to buy a certain company's product. Exactly what we do at Skye. We market and we try and get people to get us to help them get insurance, and we charge money for it. But when it comes to insurance, the way I believe is best is to use a third party who can survey the market, who can understand what policy is going to be best for you based on your medical history, based on your price sensitivity, and make a recommendation, and then help you through that whole application process. Just why I personally use a mortgage broker. Even though I can go on Google and find the best interest rate, I use a mortgage broker to help me go through the whole process. So today I'm going to be talking about Noble Oak. Now, quick disclaimer, Noble Oak actually doesn't like financial advisors. They don't work with us. So if we do recommend a client go with Noble Oak, then the client's on their own with the application process. There's no mechanism for Noble Oak to work with financial advisors directly because they're a direct provider and they only offer their products direct to consumers. Philosophically, that makes sense. Why wouldn't we go direct to consumers? We can get the lowest price to the consumer because we're not paying advisors their commissions. We don't have all these expensive overheads to try and get advisors to recommend us. And theoretically, that makes sense. And I'll show you a client example as why they just aren't cheaper. My argument is they don't need to compete in that marketplace. If they can just sell a policy direct, most of the people going to them direct aren't shopping around because there are very few direct insurers in the market. So as advisors, just like mortgage brokers, there is a price competition when it comes to insurance companies. They have to be really sharp on their premiums for an advisor to recommend that to a client. Because we have choice of insurers, we can recommend multiple insurance providers. Each insurance provider has to be really competitive when it comes to premiums. So as you can see, Noble Oak's got a lot of awards. They talk about how amazing they are, and they talk about low insurance premiums. Now, it's really interesting on a website to say low insurance premiums because there's got to be some data around it, but they don't show any data. So on their website, it is really interesting. And there's 4 reasons to go to Noble Oak. Simple, straightforward policies, award-winning life insurance, fully underwritten insurance, which a lot of direct policies don't do that. That's actually why I am a fan of Noble Oak. And low insurance premiums. Other places on the website, they talk about their values and where they've come from. And they specifically call out, you deserve great value. We put you first always. We limit costs and commissions to advisors while providing great service and lower premiums. I'll give you a client example of who wanted to review their Noble Oak policy. So they just want to make sure they've got enough cover, the right cover. Is Noble Oak the right insurer for them? Now, as you can see, the insurance policy for income protection is $7,000 per month, and it's till age 65 and a 90-day waiting period. And it's costing around $1,600 per year, or just over $1,600 per year. They also had life insurance and trauma cover of $206,000 each. And the life insurance was $117 or $118 per year. Trauma was $451 per year. Now, what we do is we always compare the market. Now, if we think Noble Oak is the best policy for them and they should increase their cover, we will recommend that they do that. We think from a price point of view, a long-term point of view, they're a good policy, good pricing, good product, so go and increase it directly with them. However, for this client, we went and surveyed the market in terms of pricing and came back with a quote with another insurance company, which is called Neos. No one would have heard of it because most insurance companies no one hears of. Same policy, $206,000 of life insurance, $206,000 of critical illness, which is trauma, it's the same thing, and income protection, $7,000 per month, 13-week waiting period, so 90-day waiting period till age 65. Basically the same policy as the Noble Oak cover. However, you will see that if I was to get up my trusty calculator and add those Noble Oak premiums together, we're talking about $2,185 per year versus Neos, which is $1,656 per year. And Neos have all these expensive overheads that Noble Oak talk about that means that they can get lower premiums. And Neos pay an advisor commission as well. So it's a cheaper policy. You get the service via an advisor as well, and you get their assistance through the application. And one fun fact about the Neos policy is the actual underlying insurance company is Noble Oak Life Limited. So it's the same insurance company with both options. So NEOS distribute Noble Oak's insurance policies. Now, it's not the exact same policy as the Noble Oak direct policy, but very similar. So NEOS can have features and benefits and terms in the policy that Noble Oak may not offer direct, such as being able to hold the policy through the super fund. Noble Oak don't offer that, while NEOS will allow financial advisors to structure the policy that way for clients. There's a lot more flexibility going through NEOS, but essentially it's the same underlying insurance provider. So getting the same client, the same level of cover, you're saving a significant amount going through a financial advisor, and there are these quote unquote expensive overheads and commissions that are theoretically boosting the premiums. So that's why I get pretty grumpy when I see Noble Oak saying that, hey, we limit the cost and commissions to advisors while providing great service and lower premiums. And that is factually incorrect for this individual client. Now, other clients, it may be correct, but for this client and many other clients that we've seen who have Noble Oak cover, it just isn't true. So if you do have insurance in place, whether it's Noble Oak or anyone else, I highly recommend that you go and see a financial advisor. You may not need to increase it, you may not need to change it, you may be recommended to increase it yourself with Noble Oak, but you want to make sure the research is done, all the work is done to know that you are in the right insurance product, not because you saw a Noble Oak ad on Facebook and then you signed up for an income protection policy. So if you watched to the end of this video and you do have a Noble Oak policy and you think, oh, I'll cancel it because I can save $600 going somewhere else, please don't cancel it before you get financial advice. It's super important that you do get professional advice and you know what policy is out best for you, because for your situation, Noble Oak may be the best and it may be better to increase with them directly. And if you are at Noble Oak, advisors can be friends. We're more than happy to be friends with you. It's a love-hate relationship at the moment. We love you, you hate us, but that's okay. We've got open arms and more than happy to work with you.